Okay, this one is program number 5. Sorry, it's number 6. Program 6. We are going to now use the if-else instruction. So this is another conditional logic using the if-else. So this is going to give us multiple cases to choose from, not just one or the other. So we're going to start off with that if statement that we just did. So we have if, then a Boolean expression, and then a conditional expression in the body of that. And then following that, we're going to say else if. That'll be a second option. Then we'll have a conditional expression for that. So if the if statement is true, we're going to do that conditional statement and then jump to the end, carry on. If that is false, we'll go to the else if. If that is true, we'll execute that and then jump to the end. If not, we'll continue on. We're going to end this with one that just says else. If we get to the bottom and none of the previous ones have been met as true, then we will execute that one. That one has no conditional part to it. But if we get to there and everything above it has proven to be false, then we will execute the else part of it. So we can do multiple cases with this. So it is formatted like we're showing here. So let's actually see it in a program. So what we're going to do for this one is this program here. So we're going to write a program that takes in two integer values, so similar to what we just done, A and B, and compare these two values. So we're going to give three different possible outputs. If A is bigger than B, we're going to print out A is greater. If B is bigger than A, we're going to print out B is greater. And if they are equal, we're going to print out A is equal to B. Okay, so I will help you through this one here. We're going to start off, it's going to be a lot of the same setup. I'm just copying my logic from the previous programs and going to modify it a little bit. So where we prompt the user and convert, prompt the user and convert. But you keep this pretty much the same. We're going to say enter two numbers, and I'll tell you which is greater. Enter the first number, convert that to an integer value called A. Second one is going to convert to an integer value called B. And then we're going to get into our decision logic. So we're going to start off with an if. And remember how we write this. So we say if A is greater than B. We open up our curly brackets. And now we have our conditional logic in here. So if A was greater than B, we are going to do a console write line, and we're going to say curly brackets argument 0, curly brackets argument 0 is greater. We have to say what that is, and we're going to put the A in there. Now we put the semicolon here. No semicolon there. That is our if. Now let's copy all this. Down to here. Let's change this one to say else if. So this is basically case 1. This is case 2. If A is less than B, then we're going to say B is greater. And then our third case would be if they are equal, which is basically neither of these two cases apply. So we have no conditional here. We were just going to say else. And then we're going to write A and B are equal. Argument 1 are equal. So now we're using two arguments, so we need to put in A, comma B. So that is basically putting in the A here and the B here. So let's look at that. So we have if A is greater than B, do this. Else if A is less than B, do this one. Else, so if neither of these two apply, we're just going to default to this one. Okay, so that should give us our desired results here. And then at the end we're just going to hold the screen. So let's do a start. Just 1 second. So let's try 3 and 5. 5 is greater. Let's try that again. Let's try the first number being greater this time. Let's try 6 and 2. 6 is greater. And for the final try, let's try two numbers that are equal. Let's try 4 and 4. 4 and 4 are equal. So those are our three different conditions there. All right. So that is how to format the else, if, and else statements. So if, else if, and else. And remember, no semicolon, no semicolon, no semicolon. Semicolon goes here, here, and here. Okay, so that is that one.